Well, this is an extraordinary question. No, it really is. I mean, because it is in a sense, I mean, in the question. And without getting overly complicated, I want to make one thing clear. You know, we often talk about the West as if it were a monolith.
Right.
The West is not a monolith. Black Americans are Western. Native American Indians, quote unquote, are American. Hispanics, are Western. Hispanic Americans are Western. Samoans are even Western. And of course, Euro-Americans are Western. Even within the Euro-American community, that culture or civilization, it is itself not a monolith. There are conservatives, there are liberals, there are people who are religiously oriented, those who are secular. So the West is not one thing, it is many things. Okay? And what we do oftentimes is we take a sort of stereotypical concept of the West, or we equate the West with the foreign policy of the West and hold that to be the West. That is not the West. That's the first point I want to make. Secondly, this question often intrigues me because it ignores the millions of, for example, Americans who have embraced Islam and who have seen no contradiction between being American and being Muslim, and whose numbers continue to grow. Now, will Islam accommodate everything in the West? No more than it will accommodate everything in the East. And so Islam will, in its best tradition, it will judge Western society or communities in the West on the basis of what the Quran and the Sunnah says. In all that which does not violate or contradict the Quran or the Sunnah, it will accept. Just as it did when Islam spread into Egypt. Egypt wasn't always a Muslim country. When it spread into Syria, when it spread into Iraq, when it spread into sub-Saharan Africa, Islam went into all these countries, and because it was able to separate what was essential in Islam from what was coincidental, I mean, either historical or cultural, it was able to accommodate all kinds of non-Muslim institutions, cultures, and even civilizations.